What was I gonna say? Oh yeah. I'm gonna put on my glasses because I am so blind, and I haven't had my glasses on in a while. So I should probably put on my hearing aids too. Can you get away? Go to your grave. Go. I put them on weird. I still don't remember what I was. Right. Okay. So what do you want from me? Yeah, you can sit. Go away. Right, I have been told by go away quite a couple of my friends. And by quite a couple, I mean like half of my friend group. And then like two other friends. Get away. Go away. Go to your crate. That I need to edit my videos. That my videos are very boring. I know this. I know this already. I don't edit. Why? Because it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work. I don't have the apps and websites or whatever that I need to properly edit. I don't know how to edit well. And putting actual effort into a video, it doesn't make it fun anymore. So yeah. Could you do that like somewhere else? Okay. Screw it, I'm bored. My Hero stuff. Because I have my poster right there, I have my lanyard right here, I have Tokoyami right there, I have my failed attempt at a Bakugo themed keychain, I have my drawing poster from 8th grade that I did, or started doing. I have like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Does she really count? Because it's Hagagure. One of them is Hagagure, and I just drew a stick body. And even then, I shouldn't even have done that because it's Hagagure. I mean, I was only doing them as like bobbleheads essentially. I was just doing their face, and then later on, I just put a little stick body. So you know what? I'm gonna count Hagagure as one. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah. So I completed 10, and then was gonna start on an 11th one. Am I gonna show you guys these? No. No. I have Kaminari, Tokoyami, Mineta. Get away. Go away. I don't like you. Kaminari, Tokoyami, Mineta, Todoroki, Hagagure, Bakugo, Sero, Kirishima, Tsuyu. Wait. Asui. Yeah, her last name is Asui. And then Ojiro. Yeah. Oh yeah, and I have a little Tokoyami Funko Pop with Dark Shadow, and it's in his hero suit, which is really cool. My failed attempt at a Bakugo themed keychain. I have a little orange tassel. I have a star with glitter in it that I made myself. Not the star, but the. I have a, a green stone, and I have a thing for a Taurus because Bakugo is a Taurus. Taurus, and the Taurus color is like a green stone. I forgot what the name of the stone is, but it's green. Also, it's a dark green at that, which Bakugo has dark green in his hero suit. He has dark green, he has black, he has gray, or I guess it's silver. Yeah. Dark green, black, silver, and orange. And I think that's all in his hero suit. Yeah. So I have that. I have this, which is Midoriya's hero license. It came with my lanyard, like it was in the little ID holder thingy. So yeah. Anyways, my hero stuff. I'm gesturing towards my poster. It's... yeah. Okay. I don't know. Yeah, let's go over the basics again. My favorite character is Bakugo. My least favorite character. Least favorite character as in the one that gets on my nerves the most is gonna be Uraka. Also, I use their last names rather than their first names because if they were real human beings in the real physical world that is 3D and not 2D and animated, then obviously you would use their last names because in Japan, which is where they are at, you use their last names in order to introduce yourself and stuff. So I use their last names. I don't use any nicknames because, once again, I don't personally know them. And I don't use their first names because in order to get on a first name basis, you have to be really, really close or you have to be family. Be it blood related, a marriage, just family. So yeah. I can name everybody in the... Can you... What? Oh, that's a catnip toy. Okay. I forgot what that was. So yeah. Favorite character is Bakugo. Least favorite character is Uraka. Favorite quirk. Okay, and whenever I'm doing like a... Okay, I'm only picking people out of Class 1A, not including the teachers. So, Class 1A includes... I'm doing the Americanized way of saying their name because saying it reversed is kind of... Or like doing it how they do in Japan, it's... I don't know, my brain just doesn't register it, so I'm doing it Americanized. I'm gonna go from bottom to top. So that's Minoru Mineta, Ochako Uraka, Ejiro Kirishima, Tsuyu Asui, Izuku Midoriya, Momo Yairozu, Tenya Ida, Katsuki Bakugo, Mina Ashido, Kyokujiro, Denki Kaminari, Shoto Todoroki, Toru Hagagure, Yuga Aoyama, Fumikage Tokoyami. I forgot your name, sir. I know it starts with an M. Whatever, something, Shoji, Hantasero, Koji Koda. I also forgot Sato's name. Masuro Ojiro. There's that. So there's only 2 people whose name I forgot. That's pretty good. There's 20 people in there, so... Yeah. So yeah. Favorite character? Bakugo. Least favorite character? Uraraka. Favorite quirk? Oh. Favorite quirk. Okay. This is... Favorite quirk is just like the quirk that I think it's just all around the best. Like, it's good for combat, it's good for practical things, just all around, it's good. Whereas, the quirk I would like to have is just for practical purposes, more or less. Because there's no way in that universe I'd be able to go to such a high, pristine school. No. Mm-mm. So, favorite quirk? I'm gonna have to go with Todoroki's. Okay, it's a tie between either Todoroki or Yaoyorozu. Because Yaoyorozu, she can make anything. As long as it's not living, she can make anything. Also, for the most part, I'm going to be looking this way at the poster. Yaoyorozu, she can make pretty much anything she wants, but it can't be living. She just needs to know the molecular structure of it. Meanwhile, Todoroki, on the other hand, he can create ice and fire. I mean, he doesn't use his fire nearly as much as he uses his ice. Also, using his fire is more unpredictable because, 1, fire is unpredictable in general. 2, he doesn't have nearly as much practice with his fire side as he does with his ice side. Mainly because differ. So, yeah. Yeah, so favorite quirk is going to be a tie between Todoroki and Yaoyorozu. Least favorite quirk, or quirk that makes the least amount of sense? I'm sorry, Sato, what? I can't. His whole quirk is based off of sugar. This man needs sugar in order to activate his quirk. And even then, he just gets really buff. That's it. There's no practical reason for that. You just go up to somebody, hey, what's your quirk? Oh, yeah, I can... it's conversation between Uraraka and Sato. What's your quirk, Uraraka? What's your quirk, Uraraka? Oh, yeah, I can make things float and hold them there for a good amount of time. What can you do? I eat sugar to get buff. What? I mean, yeah, it makes him stronger, obviously, but I. So yeah. Quirk that I would like to have for practicality. Okay, for practicality. I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. Because thinking about all the ups and downs of these quirks, everything that they can be useful for, everything that wouldn't go well with their quirk. I'd probably have to go with Yaoyorozu's. But even then, I'd only be able to make simple things because I would not be able to remember how to make it. Also, it's not entirely clear about how her quirk works. It's from lipids in her fat, but she needs to know the molecular structure of it, right? I swear to God. Come here. Go to your crate. Go. That's not where it is. Go. I hate you. Get away. So, as far as molecular structure, I remember in one of the episodes, I think it was the training arc. The training arc against all the different other high schools. I remember Yaoyorozu, she was stuck in a, like this. Basically she was surrounded in a room with only one exit, and she was pinned in there by a student from another high school. And she was in there with Shoji, Jiro, and Sue. Or Asui. She was stuck in there with Jiro, Shoji, and Asui. I think. Yeah. Yeah. And she made like this giant fan, if I remember correctly. So I think it says molecular structure just to make it sound more complicated. But I feel like it's just like she needs to be able to know how to make it. Like if she's made something of the sort before, like this flashlight. Okay, like if you were to get this flashlight in pieces and then make it, and then be able to see how all the parts fit together, where all the parts fit together, how it works, why it works, all that good stuff, then you'd be able to recreate it. You'd be able to make it again. I feel like that's the same case with Yaoyorozu's quirk, because I don't think somebody is gonna remember the molecular structure for a whole how tall is she? For a whole, and I'm estimating here, 7 by 7 foot. 7 foot by 7 foot by 2 foot fan. And like have all the components for it to work. Have it made out of different metals, different things. And it works perfectly. So yeah, I don't know. For the practicality of it though, I'm going with Yaoyorozu. Because honestly... Oh, you don't have a pencil? Okay, here you go. Just pulled one out of my arm. Yeah. That, or if I really wanted to help like my life a little bit, I'd go with Jiro's quirk, mostly because she can plug it into different things. Her earphone jack, she can plug it into different things, and or not plug it in, but like tap it into the surface, and then depending on how hard it is, she can either plug it in or tap it against the surface and be able to hear pretty far out, and with great detail at that. Because as you people know, I can't hear very well. Yeah. With all the people who have physical attributes because of their quirk, were they born like that? I'm assuming they weren't, because a quirk it manifests when you are around 5 or 6. And by then, since you're not born with your quirk manifests when you're 5 or 6, like I just said. You're not born with it, so I would assume you're not born with all the attributes that come with the quirk, because as of the moment until your quirk manifests, you are quirkless. So that being said, Uraka could go with that too, because her fingertips have special sensory pads, and she can only use her gravity-defying quirk with her fingertips. She has to be able to touch it with her fingertips. She can't touch it with anything else. So with Uraka, with Uraka, with Asui, with Mineta, with Ida, with Ashido. No, Todoroki's hair was already like that because of his parents. With Sato, with Koda, with Sero. Okay, actually, I need to count this. How many people? Okay, Mineta, Asui, Uraka, Ida, Ashido, Ojiro, Hagagure, Sato. This is a lot of people. Okay, never mind. Hang on. Let me count the people who aren't affected by their quirk, like physically. So that's Midoriya. In a sense, that could be Yaoyorozu. Wait! They were gonna tip over the water bowl. Anyways. Midoriya, Bakugo. I'm forgetting people's names. Kirishima, Kaminari, Yaoyorozu. Does Aoyama count? Because, matter of fact, we've actually never seen... It says, his quirk says navel laser, which your navel is like your belly button area. But to be fair, he does use a specialized belt to help him use his... so it doesn't upset his stomach. I'm gonna go with no, he doesn't. So that's you. Wait. Kirishima, Bakugo, Midoriya, Yaoyorozu, Kaminari, Aoyama, and Todoroki. That's not a lot of people. That's 7 out of 20. 20 minus 7, that's 13 people. Did I do that? Yeah, that's 13 people who are physically affected by their quirk. Which once again brings up the question, they obviously couldn't have been born with that because of their quirk, because they didn't have a quirk yet, because they were in a sense quirkless when they were born. So when their quirks manifested, was it like a slow change, like it just slowly happened, or was it just like, oh, your quirk manifested? Because it seems like a day and night kind of difference. Because I remember with Bakugo's story, Bakugo and Midoriya's story in the very beginning, when it showed that Bakugo was barely getting his quirk, they were exclaiming about, they just looked really surprised. Yeah, they looked really surprised, and Bakugo also looked really surprised as well, which I'm assuming that means that he didn't have his quirk the day before. Oh! Actually, Bakugo is physically affected by his quirk too. because he sweats only in his hands. Nitroglycerin. He sweats nitroglycerin in his hands. I don't know about you, but most people I know do not sweat nitroglycerin, which is a very explosive substance. So he is physically affected by his quirk as well. And by physically affected, I mean even if their quirks aren't turned on, you can still see that, you can kind of guess as to what their quirk is. Like Kirishima, he is not physically affected by his quirk because he can turn his quirk on and off, and whenever he turns his quirk off, you can tell that. Okay, this is basically for people who have no control over their quirks. You can't turn it off or on. It's just always on. Well, actually, then Uraka isn't physically affected by her quirk because she can turn her quirk on and off. This is confusing. Okay, whatever. Like Kirishima, he's not physically affected by his quirk because when his quirk isn't when his quirk isn't turned on, he looks like a normal person. He can get hurt like a normal person. I'm tired of sitting like that. He can get hurt like a normal person. His skin isn't as rough. It's not as hard. He's not physically affected by his quirk. Meanwhile, if you take Ida, for example, he is physically affected by his quirk because in his calves he has literal engines. To be specific, it says engines, but if you look at it, it's more like an exhaust pipe. So, oh, there's Max. Hi, bud. No. Okay. So yeah, so he has exhaust pipes in his legs. So he is physically affected by his quirk. But once again, he can turn his quirk on. Because, he can run fairly normal. It's just, with his Recipro Burst. He can just... Okay, this is confusing my head. Okay. Because now that I think about it, everybody can control their quirk. Okay. So, in a sense, I think the only two that can't control their quirk, or can't determine whether it's the few that can't control their quirk, determine whether their quirk turns on or off, is Mineta, Hagagure, and Ojiro. Because it seems like they're the only ones whose quirk are constantly on. I would say Shoji, but Shoji's quirk, he can turn it on and off. But because of his quirk, because the quirk that he has, and because it was first activated, he has 3 arms on each side no matter what. But he can make more, and he can take those extra arms away. It's just, he will always, until the day he dies, have 3 arms on each side. So, like Mineta, the only thing he has to do to activate his quirk, in a sense, is pop off his hair. Essentially, that's his hair. But pop off the balls. That's a horrible sentence. He just has to pop them off. Meanwhile, Hagagure, she's invisible. That's her whole thing. She's invisible. Although she does have a... what's the word? She does have... I forgot the word for it, but she does have a power move called Light Refraction, which essentially makes everything in her general vicinity shine really bright, because light is passing through her. So that means that she can technically control how the light is perceived, which means she can make her body essentially look like anything. So if she wants to change the way that the light is reflecting through her body into making it reflect into itself, ergo big light, she can do that, and it makes sense. But her quirk is always on. So is Ojiro, because he has a tail. He has a tail. Oh, God. Oh, no. I broke it. Did I break it? Never mind, I fixed it. Alright. How long is this? Oh my god. I talk a lot. Okay. Whatever.